Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's discussion, where we will dive deep into one of the most intriguing topics in history and theology, the Garden of Eden. Have you ever wondered whether Eden was a real place? If so, where was it? Or was it simply a symbolic paradise described in the Bible? In this video, we will explore biblical descriptions, historical perspectives, geographical theories, and theological implications surrounding the Garden of Eden. But before we get started, make sure to hit the like button, as it really helps spread this content to more people. Also, share this video with your friends and family who might find this topic interesting. And don't forget to leave a comment below. What do you think about the Garden of Eden? Do you believe it was a real location, or is it purely symbolic? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, let's begin our journey into the mystery of the Garden of Eden, the existence and nature of the Garden of Eden. One of the most debated aspects of the Garden of Eden is whether it actually existed or if it is merely a mythological construct. There are two main scholarly perspectives on this. The mythological view. Scholars such as Robert Alter argue that Genesis 1-11 is poetic mythology, meaning that Eden was never a physical place, but rather a symbolic representation of an idealized past. The historical view. Other academics, such as Ephraim Spicer, suggest that Genesis 1-11 has characteristics of historical narrative rather than myth. They argue that the description of Eden might be based on a real place that existed in ancient times. The question then arises, if Eden was real, where was it located? To answer this, we need to examine the biblical descriptions. The biblical description of Eden. The main biblical passage describing Eden is found in Genesis 2 verses 8-14, which states, "And the Lord God planted a garden in Eden, in the east, and there he put the man whom he had formed. A river flowed out of Eden to water the garden, and there it divided and became 4 rivers, Pishon, Gan, Tigris, and Euphrates." This passage presents key geographical clues. Eden is described as a region, not just a single garden. The garden itself was planted in the eastern part of Eden. A river flowed from Eden and divided into 4 separate rivers. However, interpreting this text raises several challenges. What does east mean? East from where? And can we identify these 4 rivers today? The 4 rivers of Eden. Genesis names 4 rivers associated with Eden. Pishon, said to surround the land of Havilah, where there is gold. Gan, described as flowing around the land of Cush. Tigris, identified as running east of Assyria. Euphrates, one of the most well-known rivers in Mesopotamia. While the Tigris and Euphrates rivers exist today in modern Iraq, the locations of the Pishon and Gan rivers remain a mystery. Interpretation challenges. The term east is relative. Was it east from Israel, Egypt, Sinai? Could the rivers mentioned in Genesis be different from the ones we see today? If these rivers existed before the Great Flood, did the flood change the Earth's landscape so much that they no longer exist? These questions lead to various hypotheses regarding Eden's location. Middle Eastern theories. Mesopotamian hypothesis. Many scholars believe Eden was in modern-day Iraq. The Tigris and Euphrates rivers support this theory. Some speculate that the missing Pishon and Gan rivers could have dried up or merged with other rivers over time. Persian Gulf hypothesis. Some researchers suggest Eden might be submerged under the Persian Gulf. Ancient flood myths describe rising sea levels, which could explain the disappearance of Eden. Lebanon hypothesis. A passage in Ezekiel 31:16 mentions the trees of Eden in connection with Lebanon. Some argue that this suggests a possible location in the Levant region. African hypothesis. Botswana and the Zambezi River. Recent genetic migration studies suggest that early humans originated from southern Africa. Some researchers propose that Eden was in Botswana, near the Zambezi River, which might have been one of the original rivers of Eden. Other global theories. The Amazon theory. Christopher Columbus reportedly believed that the lush vegetation of the Amazon resembled the paradise described in Genesis. North American theories. Some religious groups, such as the Mormons, believe Eden was located in Missouri, USA, India, and the Ganges River. Some suggest that the Ganges River in India could have been one of Eden's 4 rivers. The Great Flood and its effect on geography. One major problem with locating Eden is the possibility that the Great Flood changed Earth's topography completely. If this event reshaped the land, the rivers and landmarks from Eden may no longer exist. The fossil dilemma. If Eden existed before sin entered the world, there should have been no death before Adam and Eve's fall. However, if we were to find Eden above layers of fossils, it would suggest that death existed before human sin, which contradicts biblical teachings. This theological contradiction makes the physical search for Eden even more complex. Even if we cannot locate Eden today, various ancient civilizations had stories resembling the Garden of Eden. Sumerian and Akkadian texts, The Sumerians spoke of an ancient paradise called Idum, which phonetically resembles Eden. The Akkadian word Edenu also referred to a garden paradise. Flood myths and the first man. Many cultures have stories about a great flood and a first man expelled from paradise. The Sumerians called their first man Adapa, similar to the Hebrew Adam. These historical references suggest that the story of Eden might have originated from an actual place that early humans remembered, the Holy Mountain of God. The Bible refers to the Holy Mountain of God in passages like Ezekiel 28 and Isaiah 56. Many theologians believe this symbolically refers to Mount Zion in Jerusalem. Eden and the temple connection. The temple in Jerusalem was designed to resemble Eden. The cherubim guarding the ark mirrored the angels guarding Eden's entrance. Some scholars propose that Jerusalem could have been the real location of Eden, or at least a symbolic representation of it. Eden and the New Heaven. The book of Revelation 21 describes New Jerusalem descending from heaven. This heavenly city is depicted as a restored Eden, featuring the tree of life and the river of life. Future restoration. Some theologians suggest that Eden was removed from earth and will one day return. Could Jerusalem be the place where Eden is restored? Humanity seems to have an inherent nostalgia for paradise. The concept of future nostalgia suggests that we long for a perfect world we have never experienced. Whether Eden was a real place or a theological concept, it remains central to human hope and faith. Eden may have been lost, but its promise remains. One day, paradise will return.